Hello, I am Everett. Welcome to the Strictly Worse Productions podcast. I am here with Will.
Hello.
Dan.
How's it going?
And David, the man who added Applebee's today.
I didn't at them, but I did say I was at an Applebee's when I got a fortune cookie that says "Don't panic."
Okay.
That's a threat.
That's a lie.
It's a national security threat.
And we are here today to talk about our top 3 Magic cards from Zendikar Rising.
For Commander.
Yeah, for Commander.
Yeah.
Or Oathbreaker.
Or the Oathbreaker, yeah.
Or any casual format.
Classic Oathbreaker, or classic Zendikar card, Keenan Bonder Prodigy. No.
Listen, it's a Simic card. It has to be good at Commander, right?
It is. Hey, I like Simic. Don't you backtalk me.
No, that's why you said it has to be good.
Oh, okay.
They have to follow up Prophet of Crufix.
You shut your mouth. I missed that card with a burning passion.
And
Anyway.
that's the reason why they have to follow it up.
Yes. Anyway.
They did follow it up 10 years before it got printed. It's called Seedborn Muse.
Oh, I thought you were going to
They're
say...
not the same
I thought you were going
card.
to say Oko.
No.
That Planeswalker doesn't exist. I'm sorry.
Oko is just not good enough to get banned in EDH, so we don't remember it.
Yeah.
Same thing with Uro. Uro was like, man, we're going to torment Standard.
What are we doing?
Tormenting
We're
Standard.
talking about the top 3 cards in Zendikar Rising, but first we had to,
Get it out.
get all the Simic nonsense out.
You guys probably play D&D. You know you need a half hour beforehand to just do nonsense and then start playing D&D.
Speaking of green cards, my number 3 pick is 2 of them. It's the 2 green mythics from Zendikar Rising, Ancient Greed Warden and Ashaya. I can't remember the rest of the name.
We're cheating turn 0. I just want to point that out.
I understand we're cheating on turn 0, but this is an EDH podcast. It means you can cheat whenever you want, as long as it's under Rule 0, right?
Oh, they're going to say as long as you don't get caught.
Well, that too.
Well, that too, yeah.
I'll make sure they're
I love playing Prophet of Crufix and competitive. Anyway.
Wait a minute.
Wait, we're a competitive EDH?
No, we are not a competitive. Oh, yeah, we should make that clear. This is casual.
This
We
is
are not
very
competitive.
casual. As you can see, we are
they're-
strictly
they're-
worse
Yeah.
than anyone else you've ever listened to.
Yeah.
Strictly with a K.
We also can't spell. The American health system is spelled health. Great. Go.
Education.
Yeah.
As you've witnessed, the American health system
Doing wonders.
doing wonders.
To my
These
brain.
nurses are just going down under, and not in a fun way.
So what are your 2? It's a Shia and the green.
It's a Shy and the Green
Don't
Warden.
you touch
Don't
it.
you dare cancel us again.
We're going to get Me Too'd by Dan.
Yes. Yes, Dan Twitter.
Dan
God, you fucking barb.
I mean, Dan Twiddle.
Twiddle. Anyway.
But yeah, no, so
In jokes are great.
Ancient Green Warden was like the real card I liked the most, but Ashaya just works so well with it. I figured they're like pretty much the same card going in the same deck.
They're good.
Ancient Green Warden says whenever you have a landfall ability trigger, you trigger it twice, and you're able to play your lands out of your graveyard, and for some reason it has reach, because green cards need weird keywords.
Well, yeah, it's green. What's the worst that'll happen? It has reach, I guess.
And then
It's big. Yeah, it's tall.
Ashaya turns all your non-token creatures into forests, and has power equal to the number of forests you control. Basically meaning every single elf that you play triggers your landfall abilities with send triggers and spirals and make zombie tokens, and then if you somehow have Dryad of the Elysian Grove out, it starts to bolt people.
Wait a
Field of
minute.
the Dead.
Yeah.
Zombies. No, this
Field-
is green. We're bringing out
Field of the Dead.
No, Field
Field of the Dead.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, we do get
about
insects
to
too, though.
say.
We get double the skew
Oh,
swarm.
yeah.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
give me
good.
a skewed swarm.
Yeah.
And then let me mutate that skewed swarm
Oh, don't
with an
remind me.
auspicious asterisk.
Auspicious Asterisk.
Austeric,
You can't
yeah.
use legendary creatures with it,
It's
apparently.
not a legendary though.
Oh, no, see, I tried using it with a Luna on Arena, and I screwed up really
dummy.
bad.
You dumb dummy.
Yep.
Okay, so this is PG-13, thank God.
Yeah, we have kept our PG-13 rating this time.
Yeah.
Wait, I just dropped an F-bomb like a minute ago.
No, you didn't.
No,
Yes,
you
I
didn't.
did.
We've been listening.
He's been listening.
I literally called him an effing barb.
That was before we started.
Yeah, that was before we
No,
started.
that was literally there's
You people don't listen.
you dumb
Oh.
dummies.
All right, either
Well,
way,
now we're PG-14.
that's fine.
Can't wait
right.
to raise it again.
So, Will, what's your number 3 card?
My number 3 card is Linvala, Shield of the Seagate.
Ooh.
It's a 3/3 legendary angel wizard with
Capital
flying.
choice.
At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you have a full party, choose target non-land permanent and opponent controls, and you detain it.
Ah, I love me a lawful Azorius.
Yeah, and it also has sacrifice it, and you choose hexproof or indestructible, and creatures you control gain that ability until end of turn.
And there's the part that goes in Premcon.
I like this card. I like it a lot. It's cool. I played in Brawl on Arena, but I'm also looking forward to making it a commander at some point because it just seems cool. I like how you can also make it it's kind of an aggressive white blue card, which you don't get a lot of, which is always fun. You put that Asperia away. Yeah, I like this card. Can't wait to play it outside of Brawl. It's been really good in Brawl so far, and that's all I've got.
All right, Dan, what's your number 3 card?
Number 3 has to be this Aura Skyclave Hierophant. Legendary creature, core cleric, lifelink. When it or another cleric dies, you can return target cleric with lesser converted mana cost from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it lets you be a little reckless, lets you bring back all your little cheaper clerics as you start playing your bigger ones, so they always have something to stick around on the battlefield. I like that. And it's lifelink.
Yeah.
I honestly built a deck around it, so we're going to be playing that later.
Yeah, you play that with the Moth.
You play
God,
that
the
with the
Moth.
Moth
Luminous
and
Broadmoth.
Solemnity, and there you go. Infinite, bring everything back from your graveyard, ping everyone,
good.
draw some cards.
This is a casual format. Anyway.
This is a casual
Yeah.
format. It's
Fun,
a
fair, balanced magic.
Yes, fun, fair, balanced magic.
You're going to be hearing that a lot, everybody. Fun,
And you're also
fair,
going to be hearing
balanced magic.
fists after Everett says it every time. Don't call the police. It's something else.
Don't cast Fist, although it's free if you're a barbarian.
Actually, Inferno
Trade
Fist
your
deals
mark.
2 damage if you sack it.
So, David, what's your number 3 card?
My number 3 is Inscription of Insight. It's a 4-mana sorcery that says choose 1. If this spell was kicked, choose any number instead. The kicker cost is an additional 2 and 2 blue. It says return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hand, scry 2, then draw 2, and target player creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the number of cards in their hand. That's great in all kicker decks and all draw decks. Oh, I just love it because it has very multifunctional purposes.
Which is pretty good in Commander, because that means it's always good when you draw, instead of being like, oh,
Yes, we like
It's
to
turn
draw.
20 and I can't do anything.
We very much like to draw here.
yes, we do like to draw cards.
Sorry, it's turn 20 and I drew my opt.
So for 8 mana all
Thank
together, it's fun, fair, balanced magic.
Yes.
It's a good modal card. Everyone loves a good modal card in Commander.
Unless, of course, though, it's a Boros Charm, and that's awful. Because I don't like getting hit for 4 when I'm at 2.
Everett doesn't like playing Magic.
I do like
There, it's
playing
on the
Magic.
record. I said it.
I like playing fun, fair, balanced magic.
Everett, put the bat down. So who's up next? Who's doing their number 2 pick?
I'll start
Number
with
two is whatever.
I'll start with the
Okay.
number 2s. Number 2, I have Valakut Exploration. It is a 3-mana enchantment, but whenever you landfall, you exile a card from the top of your deck and you play it till the end of the turn. Any cards not played this way go to your graveyard and deal that much damage to each opponent.
So before you start talking about it, I definitely thought you were cheating. And we're just talking about Valakut, the expedition, and not the exploration. I thought you were just like, Valakut, it's a cool card, printed never before.
Valakut,
Molten Peak or whatever it's called, Molten Pinnacle.
yes, Valakut Molten Pinnacle.
Yeah.
Whenever a land enters the battlefield, it's your 7th mountain. You deal 3 damage to any target.
Yeah. That's not the card we're talking
These
about.
cards
I was
both
about
go
to
in the
say,
exact
yeah.
same deck, and
Yeah.
it combos pretty well with my number 3, where it's like, it's card draw and landfall. And it's great, because it's also card draw and mono red, that the more lands you play, the more cards you're drawing, and then if you don't want to play any of those cards, because for some reason you drew 20 lands out of it, you deal 20 damage to everybody. And if you're saying, oh, you're not going to get 20 damage, well, it's possible, it's fun.
Okay.
Because I've done it. And then, Will, what's your number 2?
My number 2 pick is a little known card that probably not a lot of people who have bought this set have played. It's a Nissa of Shadowed Balls. I don't know how to pronounce that last word.
Bows.
Sure. It's 2 black-green for a legendary planeswalker Nissa. It starts with 4 loyalty and it has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, you can put a loyalty counter on this planeswalker. It has +1 untap target land you control. You may have it become a 3/3 elemental with haste and menace until end of turn. It's still a land. And then the -5 is you may put a creature card with converted mana cost less than or equal to the number of lands you control onto the battlefield from your hand or graveyard with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. This planeswalker is very cool, and it makes me want to build a landfall Oathbreaker deck, which we kind of had we've had a few land matters planeswalkers before, but I like this one a lot just because
yeah,
it
like
actually
Windgrace.
like
Yeah,
Windgrace.
I thought
or
you said
every
we had a
Nissa.
couple in the play group before. I'm like, yeah, there was a Lord Windgrace deck before.
Yeah, that one was bad. And we don't talk about it anymore.
Because I strip locked you.
No. It's because it was windy that day. Yes, it's because you strip blocked me.
Strip mine's a fair, fun, balanced magic card. You can't tell me otherwise.
Listen, strip lock, yeah, strip mine, yes. Crucible World, no.
No.
Listen, that's why we have Crucible Worlds on a body that doubles your landfall triggers now, right?
We're not talking about any of these cards. Nissa's great.
I mean, they go in the same deck as Nissa.
This is true. I want to play this card in Oathbreaker, and I want to probably have my signature spell be like Harrow or something like that. just to get lands in. I want to play it with Get Rock Monster at some point too, because that seems fun. But yeah, I'm excited to play this card. It seems very cool, and I am into it. That's me.
All right, Dan, what's your number 2?
Another aggro card. It'd be Leyline Tyrant. It's a creature, dragon, 4/2, 2 red. Flying. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. Which means I can tap all my red whenever I want, and I just have it. Forever. And when Leyline Tyrant dies, I can pay any amount of red mana. You know, all that mana I've been spending and saving. I can tap it, and when I do, it deals that much damage to any target. So, over the course of a game, if it left unchecked, you can kind of just one-shot someone.
This card is kind of a almost better crew fix, but not really. It's like a different crew fix.
Yeah, because Crufix saves any mana's colors, right?
It turns any mana into colorless, but this card specifically just says
Yeah,
red
just
mana.
as red, and it keeps it as red.
It keeps it as
It's like
red.
the original Omnath, where it's like
Yeah.
just keeping green mana, which
Yeah,
in mono
yeah.
red it's a lot better than an Omnath is. Just
It
the
is,
fact
yes.
that red needs like
because
a way
you
to
can
store your
yeah,
mana.
and you can just X something and just be like, you're dead.
Yeah, exactly. So this card's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
And, you know, dragon, flying, always good.
We always love a good dragon.
Yeah, that goes in the Uri Dragon.
That'll happen a lot. I'm starting to like dragons more and more.
I've never stopped liking dragons.
Yeah,
They're
dragons
great.
are always good. I have a dragon deck. Anyway.
I mean, they're okay.
David, what's your number
They're
2?
just lizards with wings. Lithiform Engine. Capital choice. Mythic. 4 mana legendary artifact. You can either, as you cast spells, you can either pay 2 and tap it to copy target, activated, or triggered ability you control, then choose new targets for the copy. You can pay 3 and tap it, which is copy target instant or sorcery spell you control, and choose new targets. Or pay 4 and tap it, copy target permanent spell you control. This goes into any kind of deck for any kind of good time. I'd highly recommend it if you're a beginning player.
Yes, if you're
I
new
don't
to Magic the
think,
Gathering,
if
if
you're
you know
Magic
how
the
to stack,
Gathering.
if
If you know how the stack works, welcome to Yale. Is the first thing I should say.
Congratulations, you got
Yeah.
accepted into all the
You're gonna need
yes.
a crash course on the stack before you think that card's good.
Oh, absolutely.
People
That
are gonna
card-
look at it and say, wow, it just copied something.
Oh, you
copies.
see.
everything.
Yeah.
It copies everything, but it's important that you know when you get to do that.
Well, you
Also,
can
it's
only do
important
it
to know it
once.
copies your thing.
It copies your thing.
Because originally,
You can't just let your opponent say, all right, I cast
Ooh.
counterspell.
Ulamog and
Cool,
all
I
right,
just got a 4-mana Ulamog.
copy.
Yeah.
Doesn't work.
That does not happen.
unless you cast it, and then copy it, and then use the cast trigger on the first one, and then let the copy stay on the battlefield.
I mean, that card does work in Tristani. Like, say you cast Doubling Season, copy the Doubling Season on the stack.
Oh, God.
That would be dumb.
You get 2 Doubling
Yeah,
Seasons
you
that
would-
double each other.
All right, never mind. We're not talking about this.
Also,
anymore.
just an art thing. Nahiri's having a coming to God moment there, where she's just like, is it all worth it? And then in that moment, she goes, yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
worth it.
it's worth
Yeah.
just killing every elemental on the plane and turning the planet to a husk.
Exactly.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
And also killing my companions.
Yeah.
Who said that?
You're welcome.
Well, Wizards killed Companion the moment they printed it.
I like Nahiri, but she's becoming the We Did It Patrick, where we saved Bikini Bottom of Planeswalkers.
Fire.
Wait,
That is
well,
a
no,
really
that's-
hard
yeah,
statement
I thought
right
that
there.
was Ashiok.
Ashiok.
No, Ashiok's the person that ding dong ditches you and then throws a pie in your face at the same time.
A clown.
And then stabs you.
Yeah.
there we go.
No, that's
murdered
Tibble.
clown.
I'm sorry.
Or Animate Rakdos.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
So now we're all down to our number 1 cards.
Yeah.
My number 1 card, after hunting it down for 2 weeks, is not a landfall card either.
No, it isn't.
It's Angel of Destiny. It is a card that has a mountain of text.
He's getting it out.
Yep, because I was so prepared. Has flying and double strike. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each gain that much life. At the beginning of your end step, you have at least 15 or more life than your starting life total. Each player Angel of Destiny attacks this turn loses the game. It is a 2/6 for 5 mana. It's really good.
you could just die.
Yeah. You can just die on attack sometimes.
I mean, you put this on with like a, what is it? The Myriad Sword. Attack your opponents. It just takes out everyone because you had 15 or more life. Because you're in white, and the only thing white does is gain life and not draw cards.
No, you're right. All white does is destroy everything, gain life.
I mean, yeah, you Armageddon, equip. Actually, you equip Armageddon, and then everyone's dead.
I was like, you said Armageddon and then equip. I have some bad news for those steps.
Unless you
like
got any mana dorks, which don't exist in white.
that too. Well,
I have a whole bunch of artifacts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that mana crypt that's been bolting me all game.
Mana Crypt's a
Mana
great.
Crypt.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
This card's cool.
One of these days, I'm gonna leave you with 3. I'm just gonna let God let
Like God just said it.
yo, I said that the one game. You're like, nah, we're not doing that. You're gonna die here.
Leave it to God.
I'm like, listen, I'm gonna die at the beginning of my upkeep, and then what happens? I still ended up rolling evens. The one time too that I would have survived long enough.
Yeah, card's cool.
Card's great.
It's a cleric, and clerics can now do better tribal.
It's
Yeah.
a blind angel.
Yeah, that's what I like about the angels on Zendikar too. We gotta do.
Yeah, I
all
think they're
these.
idiots.
Well, no, what happened?
what
What
happened
happened
was
is their
they-
god was Emrakul, and like, oh no, my god's not real, and then they blinded themselves.
Yes, congrats. Now
Sounds
what?
like-
They
can't
were
do anything,
idiots. They were
blind.
Christians.
They're
Sounds
still.
like an
they
idiot
can
move.
still win the game.
I
Apparently.
mean, aren't they synonymous?
No.
Hey,
Hey.
Listen,
I'm sorry, you
the
Christians.
other thing is the reason
Yeah,
why
no.
Oh, well, I'm not sorry then.
the reason why this says you win the game is because it's Ionin it like in cosplay as a fun card instead of not letting you cast any colored spells.
It's the blind seer of magic of like the today
What,
where
Leah?
Urza disguised himself as the blind seer.
This is just Iona in disguise. Saying,
Yeah.
yeah, I wanted to be in the set too, but they wouldn't let me because they banned me last
It was
time.
literally Gerard pretending too when he got on the Weatherlight that it wasn't Urza, and it was fantastic. It was just like, well, now that we're all here except for Urza, you couldn't see, but I winked comically.
He had a fake mustache on. I didn't know.
Yeah.
he just wore a hat. That's
He
definitely
did.
Urza.
He just wore a hat. Just wore a hat and just a bandage over his eyes, and he was like, "I'm now not Urza."
Well, now, not Urza's now the Wanderer.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
Is
just
that canonical now?
no,
No, it's not
What I said was
canonical.
canonical. What he said was not.
It's a
Okay.
theory, because you know what? Why not?
Let's say I love the Wanderer.
You just gotta yell Elspeth, and if they turn around, and we're cool.
If the
Oh, look,
Wanderer is
it's Ashiok.
Elspeth, your
Yeah.
word is
Why is
Theros
everyone
Beyond.
actually?
Well, no, if you yell Ashiok, I'm
Oh.
pretty sure
It just turns around. You just yell a name, and if they turn around,
Well,
either
'cause
they
think
hate
about
the
it.
person or they are the person.
yeah, exactly.
If you wanted to retcon everything,
like
you
that-
just make it all a Nightmare of Nicol Bolas that Ashiok's been the one behind everything.
Zendikar is great.
Zendikar is great.
Yeah, the Angel's cool. I like it a lot.
All right. Well,
Probably not gonna play. I probably
what's your number one?
My number one is a card that makes me very, very happy. It is Akiri, Fearless Voyager. It is 1 red-white for a 3/3 legendary core warrior, and it reads, whenever you attack a player with one or more equipped creatures, draw a card. It also says, for a white, you may unattach an equipment from a creature you control. It gains indestructible until end of turn, and you tap it. This card makes me very happy. It's
card draw and artifacts.
It's card draw and equipment. It's so good. It's also
I mean, it's card drawing Boros with equipment. That's what Boros always does, right?
sure. Anyway, this is my card, and you're going to shut your mouth now. I like this card a lot because it does a very good Pure Steel Paladin impression for me. Pure Steel Paladin is very good, but you're always... I'll answer the phone in a moment. You're always kind of card neutral on it. Being that it's whenever you play an equipment, you draw a card, whereas this card is just you go to attack step and you draw a card. It's good because you fill your hand faster with that. And also in Commander, if you're attacking multiple people with multiple equipped creatures, you draw a card for each opponent you attack. So that means when you go to attack step, if you attack 3 different people, you can draw 3 cards.
3 of them things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ability is also nothing to scoff at when you want to attach it. So that's a thing also, is that in equipment decks, sometimes you equip boots that you don't mean to, and you can't equip any other equipment.
You mean
to.
equipping Greaves and
Yeah.
you can't equip anything else? You just
Because
get
a certain card loves to say,
Yeah.
I know it says Shroud. I've learned that lesson 5 times.
Yeah.
or like
So
when you
Let's go
equip,
number 6.
when you equip a sword to something and then
Yeah.
you realize, oh, I can't target it with its own ability.
because it's red and white. But this card kind of sidesteps that. You can pay a white and just unattach an equipment, which more times than not is actually pretty good.
You don't need those boots. You
Yeah. You can take off people's boots and then put more equipment on them. It's good.
I get it.
Yeah.
We're stealing from hobos.
Where did
We're
that?
stealing from the murder hobos. They just want to attack us with swords.
Also, from a flavor thing, Akiri might have died. I don't know. I have to read the story, and I'm kind of mad about it. Anyway,
Crowds here.
yeah, that's Akiri. She's pretty good. I'm excited. I've been playing her already in my equipment deck, and she's overperformed. I like her.
All right. Dan, what's your number one card?
More aggro cards!
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
110% is more Morag, Fury of a Comb. It's 4 and 2 red, legendary creature, Minotaur Warrior. Each creature you control gets +1/+0 for each time it has attacked this turn. It has this beautiful landfall ability. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, if it's my main phase, there's an additional combat phase, and at the beginning of that combat, I untap all creatures I control. It's a 6/6. It likes to battle things. On first swing, it's if you make it get haste or anything like that, on the first swing it's 6. On the next it's 7. If you play any like fetch lands, if you play like what's the other one?
Evolving
Wilds,
Yeah.
Fable Passage, things like that. You can just end up killing someone as soon as this thing enters the battlefield.
So, fun fact about that card. When I first read it, I was like, oh, this is aggro. And then I read Landfall, and I was like, wait, it wants to be in the Landfall. When it first got printed, I was super confused as the deck that I want to go to in.
Yeah.
Now, I'm super confused as to the deck it wants to go into, because I don't know.
Well, it's very
Yeah,
silly.
it's really funny because I was thinking about that too. I was like, well, you can't really play mono red because like, I mean, you can play the fetch lands, but like, I'm not gonna sack an arm and a leg just to attempt to get most of them.
I mean, you put into like a Gruul deck where you're playing cards that like lands out
Or
of your
yeah, something
graveyard.
like that because
Because you have the Rod
then
has
you
to
can
also
play
play a
green.
land.
Then you get to play green, too.
and
You get the
green.
ramp.
Yeah, green gives you the ramp you need.
Yeah, exactly. So, I like that card a lot.
It's
just-
okay.
it's funny.
Even off
it's
of
a
just
very
one
funny
as
card.
long as you have a big creature, even off of one land, you can kill someone.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you play it in Boros, like the extra attack step tribal deck,
Yeah.
where you have a Relia
God.
who gives you an
Yeah.
extra combat step, then that gives you an
And
extra
it's,
combat
and it's
step.
a warrior, so you can play it in anything. You can play it in the thing that the
Najila.
5-color. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Najila.
It is a warrior. That works sometimes.
Yeah, or just play Minotaur Tribal.
I mean, that works
play
That's
mono
actually
red,
really
yeah.
well.
No, you
Just
can,
kill someone.
you can play black red.
Black red.
Yeah, because there's Herloon, the Minotaur general. Land.
Yeah.
I was talking about Neheb before he died.
Oh wait, the one that says for every life someone lost, you get a
No,
one?
there's a black red Neheb before he
Oh,
died.
right,
yeah,
right,
that
right,
cares
right.
about Minotaurs.
Neheb's a wheels commander, honestly. for me.
We're not talking about the same Neheb.
The red-black one that when you discard a card, it does something.
That's not what that card.
Yeah.
Or yeah, that's
Discard
the,
a card does something. Oh,
But it
that
also
sounds
says-
like there's other 80 cards that I know of.
That's also it. Also has Minotaurs get +2/+2 in haste. I think.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
that isn't Neheb.
that's a
Yes,
black
it
and a
is.
red.
Neheb cares about Minotaurs the first time it was printed. I'm
Yeah,
pulling it up.
gives it +1/+1. Okay, you pull it up. While you're pulling it up, David, what's your number one pick?
My number one pick, and this is a great pick for a 5-colored player like myself. Hashtag slivers.
Or a Tristani player?
It's another kicker.
It's another kicker card. It is Skyclave Relic. It is an artifact. At first, if you summon it for 3 mana, it's an indestructible artifact that when you can tap it for any color. But if you kick it for an additional 3, you get
We're
2
both wrong.
tokens of
Yeah,
Skyclave
yeah.
Relic that tap for any other color. They're also indestructible. For 6 mana, it's expensive, but then you get 3 free mana of any color.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's a better Gilded Lotus, honestly,
Especially-
for 1 mana.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
especially when you
The
play
better
with
Gilded Lotus.
you can play cards that give your that make your artifacts artifact creatures, and then you can just start swinging with indestructible 3/3s.
Exactly. It's
If you don't
fun
use them
pair
for mana,
balance
so
magic.
you know.
And then if you use that new Simic card, I forget what it's called.
Keenan Bonder Prodigy.
No,
No.
the one
I
from the,
went for a shot. in the
blue,
dark.
green, and X from Zendikar that whenever you cast a kicker
Oh
spell,
yeah,
it
the
doubles
kicker
it.
you double it, so you end up getting 6.
So I
instead of
get
3.
6 of them for 6 mana.
And think about it, if you combine that with Lithothlorm engine,
You end up getting
targeting
Exactly.
18?
Actually, I don't know. Will that copy all of them?
No,
I
it
mean,
copies-
you're already-
no, it copies the original kick spell.
Yes. Oh,
So
so,
you
it
get-
would copy for the kicks. Oh, it's like
Just you get 1 out of that. I think.
So you get
So you would
4.
end up getting 9. in total.
right. But at that point, that's going to be a solid 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Also, real fast, the card that we were talking about was Varazal, the Split Stream.
Yes. Oh, God.
Yeah, this guy.
It's all the split stream.
Yeah,
He's
there
cool.
you go.
Oh, it's not a Hydra. No wonder. I
No, it's a
Yeah,
serpent.
no, it's the blue green X.
This is a Hydrant. Grakmaw.
Yes, I love that Hydra. By the way.
Grakmaw is also very cool.
Grakmaw, yeah.
Also, Skyclave Relic, also another good card to put with Doubling Season and Tristani.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just get 6 of them at that point.
Also,
So if
get a
you're a
bunch.
continental player like myself, hashtag slivers, fight me. I'll win.
well, that might
That's a
be.
bold statement.
That's very bold, yeah.
It is a bold
Also,
statement.
did you say Continental?
Continental?
yeah,
Yes.
5 colors.
5 color.
Oh, I didn't know what that was called.
I don't either. I just want.
I am
This was a high school term that we came up with way back when.
It's Rainbow.
Wait.
It's
We
not-
came up with that
Yeah,
term?
it's
It's not a real...
At least that's where I came up with it, because it was me, you, and then Noah Prickett was the one that said, oh yeah, it's
Maybe don't say
continental.
people's full names.
Oh, like Awen's going to figure out who he is.
He's definitely
He's gonna be
listen
the
to
first
this
listener.
podcast, Yeah. Well, no, he'll probably be the second one because he doesn't want to be the first person. Although he will comment first on if there's a comment section under this podcast.
No, the first person to comment and watch is going to be Petey saying, why wasn't I in this, but I'm in the pack opening videos.
Oh, Petey.
You didn't understand he was throwing shade at us to that.
Of course I
What? Wait, what happened?
You think I don't understand shade? That's like my
Tell me
first
after the
language.
podcast.
English is my third language. Throwing shade's my first.
Leyline Tyrant is a very good card, and I agree with Dan. Anyway.
Yeah. Leyline Tyrant's really good.
So good. It's red. It's exactly what red wants. Stored red mana.
Yeah.
Also,
that's all they want.
As a Boros player, why don't you want to have an extra win con with an Angel of Destiny?
I don't like that card. It's 5 mana and doesn't do anything when it enters the battlefield.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, he's right.
Yeah,
And,
but
like he's
you
not
get
really, he's not
haste.
worried about life gain when he can just kill you.
I also super don't care.
I know, you'll just play a Curie into Sword of War and Peace, be like, so yeah, how's about that 10 damage?
Hell yeah.
Or he'll just play it on Bruce. And
Yeah.
God, I love it.
There are so many better options that I could just be doing than that
You
card.
play it on Bruce, and the mustache comes alive and gets a
Yeah.
strike.
That's
lifelink.
by the way, that's just canon now. Is that Bruce
strangle
is that the
stash.
mustache on the man is actually Bruce. That man is
Whoa.
not Bruce. Just his mustache.
Wait,
is
that
Bruce.
mustache could be like Chuck Norris's beard, except instead of one fist, it's two tiny fists.
It's the
one
thing
giant
grabbing the
fist.
swords.
What? Who wins?
Yes!
One giant fist or two very tiny fists?
Oh my god, you could beat Zorro. Because
Also-
you'll be wielding 4 swords.
Jesus
Bruce looks
Christ.
like Dr. Eggman at the end of Sonic.
He does. Yeah, except he's jacked.
He's gonna end up Jack throwing that rock.
He looked,
Rock goddesses!
he looked like he was about to keel over when he threw the rock. He was like, yeah. Yeah. But
But
those
yeah.
are the cards.
Yeah, those are the cards. Those are our top 3 cards from all of us for Zendikar Rising for Commander and other casual formats. I have been Ev, also known as @EvTheMage97 on Twitter.
I've been Will, also at Wilbo132 on Twitter.
I am Dan at the Big Black Otaku on Twitter.
Big Black Otaku. That's an instant follow in my book. I already follow you, though.
Yeah.
And my name's David, at Flamin' It.
And this has been the Strictly Worse Productions Magic Podcast. Woo!
Have a nice